Track and field rolls, and we take a look at the red and white game.
All this and so much more on this week's Penguin Rundown.
I said, what a time to be alive and be a Gwyn. Welcome to the Penguin Rundown. I'm Lincoln Williams along with my awesome co-host, Katie Hackos. Action-packed week. We had a lot going on the YSU campus. 5 teams competing on campus, but first we're going to start with some Penguin baseball.
The baseball team hosted Northern Kentucky this past weekend in a 3-game series at Eastwood Field. Games number 1 and 2 of the series went to Northern Kentucky, but in the series finale on a beautiful Sunday afternoon, the Gwins beat NKU by a final score of 3-1. Webb Charles hit a go-ahead 2-run single in the bottom of the 8th inning to put the Gwins up for good. Colin Floyd also struck out 4 while pitching 5 innings of the 1-run baseball. The team was also in action Tuesday and Wednesday as they took on West Virginia and Pittsburgh. For recaps and results of the games, visit ysusports.com. Finally, the Penguins will begin a 4-game homestand today with back-to-back doubleheaders versus Wright State today and Oakland tomorrow.
The softball team took on Wright State this past weekend in a 3-game set. YSU would win Game 1 9-2, but drop the next 2, including a heartbreaking extra inning loss on Sunday. Let's take a look at some of the action from Game 1. We pick things up in the bottom of the 2nd. Brittany Moffitt doubles down the right field line, bringing home Stevie Taylor, and we are tied at 1. Bottom of the 3rd. Miranda Castiglione triples to the right field, bringing in Sarah Down and Callie Mikovich. Penguins up 2. Sarah Dowd singles to right, scoring. Brittany Moffitt, big game for Sarah. She would go 4 for 4 at the plate. We go to the 6th inning. Callie Mikovich, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Her 9th home run of the year, sealing the deal. YSU, your winner by a final of 9-2. The women will be back in action today as they begin a 3-game set with Horizon League foe Green Bay. Let's bounce over to some women's basketball. The women's basketball team has announced their yearly summer camps series for young athletes. Penguins head coach John Barnes, his staff, and players from the team will host an individual skills camp, 2 elite player sessions, and a team shootout in June and August of this summer. For camp dates, registration, and more information, check out ysusports.com.
Women's soccer has announced their 2016 schedule. The team's 18-game season will feature 11 road games with 7 home matchups versus Horizon League opponents. Commenting on the schedule, head coach Fabio Boateng said, "We have some good non-conference games that should prepare us for the Horizon League. The quality of these teams will present us with different challenges which we will need to be able to compete in a tough conference. The season will begin August 19th at Robert Morris, with YSU's home opener coming September 4th against Longwood." What a weekend it was for women's tennis. Saturday, seniors Anina Brendel and Victoria Ferry both celebrated Senior Day by leading their team to a 7-0 win over Green Bay. Sunday, the Penguins beat Milwaukee 6-1, giving them back-to-back Horizon League wins and a 6-1 overall conference record. The Penguins will be back in action this weekend as they will close the league play against Valparaiso tomorrow and UIC on Sunday.
Congratulations to Anina and Victoria. This past weekend, the track and field team took part in the Northeast Ohio Quad Meet. The Penguins received 4 first place and several top 3 finishes. Huge week for Amber Els. The sophomore took first in the 100-meter hurdles with a time of 13.87 seconds. For the men, Chad Zallo took first in the 110-meter dash with a time of 14.2 seconds. Connor New also came away with a first-place finish in the hammer throw after earning a toss of 67.79 meters. Record-breaking performance for Arnaldo Morales. The junior took first in the high jump with a leap of 2.15 meters, breaking the school record previously set by Dave Ritter in 1989. Huge congratulations goes to Naldo on the outstanding performance. You can catch him and the rest of the track and field team in action at the Jesse Owens Track and Field Classic, hosted by Ohio State on April 22nd and the 23rd. The rumors are not true. I'm still alive. Last Thursday, Derek Rivers and myself went head-to-head in the Oklahoma drill. Needless to say, it went about as well as you expected. Many student athletes attended and watched the 225-pound giant run me over just a tad, not too much. Not once, but 6 times. Let's take a look at some of the footage from last Thursday. I mean, I tried, I got there, I did my thing, and hey, I'm still alive. But to see more full highlights, go to YSUsports.com and the Youngstown State Penguins YouTube page.
Spring practice for the football team has been well underway since early March. Head coach Bo Pelini and his staff have been working hard to prepare the team for this coming season. Leading up to the past Friday's red and white scrimmage, we caught up with defensive line coach Carl Pelini to get an inside look at the Penguins' preparation on another edition of Mic'd Up.
Cloud, 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 cloud. Sit. Ready, go. Here you go. Finding your depth, Will, off of number 1. Here we go today.
You really think there's going to be a zombie apocalypse?
I do. I'm prepared for it.
You're serious?
Yes. In the next 3 years. Are you ready? That's the question. Are you ready?
Ready?
Where you going? Where you going? Cut with the back, pull to your leverage. Cut with the back, pull to your leverage. Come on, think it through. Think, think, think. This should just be reaction now. Here we go. Again.
Corner still be voiding there? Are we zone?
Yeah. On the Tampa?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's voiding, but he'll be driving down. You're still playing the curl.
All right, so
All
we don't got to turn with it.
Nope.
You can catch the full Mic'd Up segment with Coach Pelini on the YSU YouTube page, and be sure to stay tuned for new Mic'd Up videos. As we previously mentioned, this past Friday was the football team's 44th annual Red and White Spring Game at Stanball. Over 3,500 came out to the Ice Castle to support Coach Baniecki and the Penguins. Defense would be the theme of the evening. Both teams struggled to move the ball effectively. We picked things up in the second quarter where Zach Kennedy broke the statement with a 22-yard field goal. We would not see a touchdown until 3:22 left in the fourth when Ricky Davis finds Isaiah Scott down the sideline for a 67-yard touchdown. The score would be 10-0 at this time. The white team would quickly respond as Nathan Mays gashes the defense for a 40-yard touchdown to bring his team within 7. However, too little too late as the red team would manage to hold on for the 10-7 win. For an inside look at the Penguins' expectations going forward, let's kick it over to Stephanie and John.
Thank you, Katie. Stephanie Stanovich here alongside John Schiraldi. John, a 10-7 win for the red team. Tell us, what were some of the takeaways from this game this past Friday?
Sure, Stephanie. Over 3,500 in attendance at the Ice Castle. Defense was the name of the game. Only 17 points scored between both offensive teams. Both units also held to under 100 total yards of offense. So the defense looked strong, but it's important to keep this game in perspective. These guys haven't been going against anyone else since spring practice began. So both offensively and defensively, they're very familiar with each other. They know each other's tendencies, their plays, their game plan, what they like, what they dislike. And that makes people uncomfortable sometimes, and why you see some stagnation on the offense. But that being said, we're also in the middle of a 3-way quarterback battle. In addition to it being a spring game, a lot of bodies going in and out, a lot of substitution, and that makes life hard on the offense to really develop that cohesion necessary to put some points up on the board.
Right. What has been some of the major storylines heading into the spring game and moving into summer practice?
Well, we just touched on it. It's definitely the quarterback battle. We currently have a 3-way battle for the QB position between Ricky Davis, JUCO transfer Trent Hosick, and the returning starter Hunter Wells. Normally this may be a distraction that can be detrimental to a team's success, but that's not the case here. All three guys have shown up to practice every day, ready to work, ready to get better. More importantly, they're helping each other get better and learn. So they're really helping each other. Terrific mindset for these guys entering things. And competition really has a way of holding people accountable. And that way, players now have to up their game And when they do that, that's when you see the team be more successful.
Yeah. What do you think the team's biggest challenge is this far?
It's definitely the offensive side of the ball. You know, we talked about, we know what Derek Rivers and those boys are going to bring to the table. We know that defense is going to consistently put us in a position to win games, but it comes down to the offense being able to answer the bell and step up in those big moments to make some plays down the stretch, take some pressure off that defense, and ultimately help their team win some ball games.
All right, finally, what can we expect from the team this fall?
Well, I think this team is going to surprise a lot of people. Offensively, they'll get the ship righted. Whoever ends up being the quarterback, they are supported by a host of talented running backs between Jody Webb, Ruiz. You know, it's a great group of guys. So they're going to get those things figured out. There's nothing to worry about there. Defensively, they finally have the depth necessary to really put consistent pressure on offenses for the full duration of the game. So you can expect a team that's going to come out and play with a lot of passion, a lot of fire, just like their head coach. And when that happens, you know they're going to work as hard as possible to put themselves in a position to win. I know I can't wait for the fall.
Terrific. Well, one thing we can expect is a stadium full of excited fans cheering on this team every week. The Penguins will open at home against Duquesne on September 1st. That does it for John and I. Back to Katie and Lincoln.
And now it's time for Making Moves Play of the Week. A first-time appearance for the football team, Ricky Davis throws a 67-yard bomb to Isaiah Scott. What a throw! Hits Isaiah in mid-stride on time for the quick 6. Congratulations, Ricky and Isaiah.
Well, that does it here for us in the studio. We want to thank you for tuning in. For more news, highlights, visit ysusports.com and also follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Penguin Rundown 1. On behalf of everyone you see in front of the camera and behind it, we thank you for tuning in each week, giving us support and YSU Sports support. I'm Lincoln Williams.
And I'm Katie Hackos. Thanks for tuning in.